What's up, co-reporters, and welcome back to my channel. There's actually some really troubling news coming out of West Virginia today in the teen mom world. I haven't heard much about Leah Messer, Jeremy, or anything like that, besides Leah Messer getting let go from the real estate brokerage that she was working at. And last I heard, her relationship with Jeremy seemed to be going just fine, on a co-parenting basis. But apparently it is anything but. In fact, Jeremy allegedly rolled up to her place of employment. Remember, Leah Messer is currently working as a waitress, which is awesome for her. And he rolled up with a bunch of men and his girlfriend to try to scare and intimidate Leah. And the whole thing is disturbing. She wound up filing a restraining order against him. And I've got more details about that coming up. But I just want to give a quick shout out to the Instagram page Teen Mom Fans for being the first one with the scoop. So they reported this 3 days ago that Jeremy had stormed into Leah's waitressing job. There was an altercation, and Leah ultimately wound up calling the cops. I'm shook. I never in a million years would have imagined this, because as far as I was aware, Jeremy is kind of like, a distant father to his daughter Addie that he shares with Leah. Like, it seems like he doesn't really mind what happens with her education or anything else, really. Like, he just kind of pops around here and there. So I just never could have pictured him having such an explosive reaction to anything, because he's not that involved. So what is there for him to be so emotionally charged about, right? Well, according to the Ashley's Reality Roundup, which wound up getting a couple more details about the altercation, Jeremy pulled up with his girlfriend. And to me, remember, he pulled up with a bunch of people, a bunch of men, but he also had his girlfriend with him. So we're going to start with the girlfriend thing. I'm getting the feeling that this is one of those deadbeat dad situations. Do you guys know? Maybe some of you guys have gone through this, when there's a deadbeat dad and he just doesn't really show up for his kid. He's never really there. But as soon as he gets a new girlfriend, all of a sudden he's all, put my kid on the phone. I want to talk to my kid. I'm tired of you keeping me from my kid. I'm going to be picking up the kid from school today. I'm going to they just want to pretend to be so involved. And to perform for this new girlfriend. You know what I mean? And then if you refuse to enter into this performance with them, because first and foremost, it's uncomfortable to your child who barely knows this person, and it's disruptive to their regular routine, they start accusing you of withholding their child. That is what this ultimately sounds like to me, but I digress. I do want to get into some more of the details that were released on the Ashley, okay? So apparently the entire the entire confrontation is being described as scary and chaotic by a source who was actually there to witness the altercation go down. And listen, I don't think that that is an exaggeration, because again, Jeremy wound up rolling up to Leah's work with a bunch of people, including his girlfriend. It's weird. It is scary, and it is chaotic for your baby daddy, who's some sort of alleged deadbeat, allegedly, right? To all of a sudden roll up on you at work in front of a bunch of customers, just trying to drink their coffees, eat their little, what do you call them? Bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches, maybe steak, maybe fish and chips. And it's weird. It really, really is weird. So I don't think that this is an exaggeration at all. So apparently, and this is a direct quote, Jeremy stormed in and was intimidating Leah. He had a group of guys with him, as well as his girlfriend, backing him up. The big group made a huge commotion inside the restaurant. So inappropriate, you guys. This is weird. It really, really is. There's no reason for this. If Jeremy had any kind of issue with Leah, he should have taken that up with her privately, at an exchange for their daughter. If he ever, does exchanges for his daughter, does he watch over this child? I don't know. Apparently he moved out of state to be with his girlfriend. So who knows how many times a year he's seeing this child. Christmas is coming up. Maybe he wants to be dad of the year, Santa Claus sort of a thing. I don't know. And that's why he's pissed that Leah's not playing into it. So at this point, Jeremy and his group allegedly threatened Leah enough to make her call the police. My heart goes out to Leah. That must have been terrifying, first of all. And second of all, although she has nothing to be embarrassed of, she probably felt on some level embarrassed that her ratchet baby daddy would do this to her at her place of employment. So you've embarrassed me in front of my coworkers, And in front of that man over there who comes in every morning to play his crossword and drink his coffee. Like, that is not cool. And he's got no teeth, by the way. That's why he's only drinking coffee. He's not eating. Like, how do you embarrass me in front of these people? Like, that is just terrible, Jeremy. And again, why was he rolling deep? This is a situation between he and Leah. Is he scared of little, what is she, 5'2" Leah, that she would hurt him? And so he needed to have a bunch of men protect him from Leah and his girlfriend as well? Like, what is the reason for this? It just makes no sense. So the police officers did end up coming to the restaurant. And Jeremy and his group of friends and harassers were not arrested, though. But Leah did ultimately end up filing for a domestic protective order after the altercation. And I do hope that it's granted after this. I'm not going to lie, you guys. This is completely unacceptable. It really, really is. I can't think of a single scenario in which this would be an appropriate response to anything going on in your co-parenting situation, especially with Jeremy. Again, you don't even live in this state. So how involved are you with this child to be up here doing this big of a performance? You know what I mean? And so the source is close to Leah, it seems like. And the source says that she and Jeremy haven't even been knocking boots like that for a long time, which I believe, because again, I think that Leah was hung up over her breakup from Jalen, the photo shoot bandit. And Jeremy has a girlfriend. So there is no way for them to be like, hooking up or anything like that. So what is the reason? Again, I think that he's just trying to put on a show for his new girlfriend to seem like he is dad of the year. And he asked for Addie. Maybe he asked for like a long weekend or a week with her or something like that. I feel like he asked for something unreasonable for an allegedly absentee parent to have. You can't go from seeing this kid, every once in a while to all of a sudden being like, can I have this kid for a week? Like, no, that's disruptive, right? And I feel like Leah decided not to give in to that. And then he decided that this was the way he was going to pay her back, by rolling up on her on the job. And it's just giving me the complete and utter ick. I'm not surprised. Jeremy, he always gave this kind of energy. Just, I can't say the type of energy it is. Y'all know what type of energy it is, but I'm not allowed to say it because, fine, I'll say it. SDE. He's giving SDE by this because it's wild to me. A man needing a bunch of other random ass, probably also deadbeat men to help him confront his baby mama, and then his pick Misha new girlfriend coming in for the ride. Like, the whole thing is just ridiculous. With these gas prices, y'all are really gonna spend your gas doing this? What do you get out of it? What do you get out of it? Jeremy take them to like Chick-fil-A or McDonald's afterwards. Like, what was the reason? The whole thing is just so weird and lame. Listen, Leah filed for that restraining order, y'all. It hasn't been granted yet. Nothing about the hearing or anything like that. But as soon as any sort of information pops up on this situation, I will be on it and I will be reporting. So if you haven't already, do make sure to subscribe to my channel for a video on that, amongst other things, of course, right? And I do also have my channel membership. I've got an exclusive video dropping for my channel members today as well. So definitely join that. Hit the join button below so you don't miss out on that either. Okay, guys, let me know what you think about this. Does Jeremy deserve the restraining order that Leah has just filed against him? Do you think it was reasonable for him to roll up to her job with a bunch of random men and his girlfriend to intimidate her? Why or why not? Let me know in the comment section. And as usual, we'll chat. That's all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.